Hello and welcome to Track to Reality. Today I have a guest with me who needs an introduction. I know it's very fancy for us when we interview someone as successful as she is to say that the person does not need any introduction. But no, she needs an introduction because she has achieved something in Bangalore real estate market which nobody else has, and despite that she has maintained a very low profile, selling the costliest apartment in Bangalore at a whopping price of rupees 50 crore with Embassy, Four Seasons private residences, and of course she is a woman in a man's world, in a profession where most of the women avoid coming into it because of the perception issues. She has made a difference. Reeza Sebastian, the head of residential sales Embassy Group. Welcome, Reeza.
Thank you, Ravi.
Reeza, how comfortable or uncomfortable do you feel in this business? This is seen as a man's world.
I think residential real estate comes naturally to women. Residential real estate is finally about creating homes, fulfilling a basic need, and women are cut out to do this job because at the heart of everything they do, it is the family. So women are naturally having some capabilities of intuitiveness, perseverance, etc., which really helps in client relationships. And today you see that companies are exploiting these capabilities of women and offering jobs, and women are opting for them in aspects such as sales, HR, customer service, etc.
But most of the women who are getting into real estate, they are looking for the cushioning job. I mean, they are not taking as challenging jobs as you have taken with Embassy Group. Embassy Group traditionally is known for commercial real estate, and you have got into residential side. In fact, you are making this brand commercial residential real estate brick by brick. So what precisely made you opt for residential then commercial, which is the forte of Embassy Group?
Okay, so I was hired in the year 2002 by the earlier CEO of the group, Mr. Gopi Krishnan, to sell residential real estate. Then in the year 2010 we actually refocused our entire residential business, and we went about briefing the architect on building products which are not just relevant to the market, attuned to what a global traveler looks for, and also which are future ready buildings. So I was involved in that entire process, and it was in the year 2012 that Mr. Jeetu Virvani actually promoted me to handle the entire residential business for the company. So I think that long journey that I've been through makes it an exciting process for me. It's something that I enjoy, and I think more and more women should actually not just look at the challenges that the residential real estate portfolio actually holds, but look at it as an opportunity and see where you can add value to the business.
You have sold one of the costliest property in Bangalore. In a real estate environment where everybody is looking for affordable housing, was it a challenge to get into the most luxurious kind of a property?
So I think, yeah, from a achievement perspective, yes, it was fantastic for Embassy, and I don't want to restrict it just to Embassy. I would say that it was an achievement for the real estate industry of Bangalore as a whole, because it resonated with finally the market confidence that people have in Bangalore as a market. And Four Seasons private residences is a prized possession. It is, you would actually say that there are only 2,000 of such homeowners in the world. These products are actually something that you get, few in number, hand-picked locations, and it is finally the marriage between a development partner and a service partner. So there is a core aspect of service which is inbuilt into the product. As far as we were concerned, it required a lot of working with the customer, working with external influencers, also managing and guiding the team at every step to get to where we wanted to go. It was entirely teamwork which made it happen. Yes, I was the forefront of it, but I think the team that backed me up and of course support from the management is where we were able to strike such a deal.
But what was the strategy? I mean, was it a well thought out strategy to get into a luxury segment which could elevate the brand positioning of Embassy Group? Because traditionally Embassy, the name Embassy stands for commercial segment, and had you come out with another mid segment or affordable housing, nobody would have even noticed it. So what was it a strategy to position your brand as a residential segment developer?
Actually, Ravi, to just correct you, Embassy started off as a residential player almost 30 years ago, building boutique luxury residential projects in the heart of the city in Bangalore Central Business District. But we took a hiatus in the business in the residential between the years 2005 to 10, and because we sensed an opportunity in the integrated office parks space. And sensing that opportunity well ahead of time has actually helped us reap those dividends at a very high pace for the commercial office arena. In 2010, we were sitting on land banks, and the easiest thing for us to do would have been to enter into 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments into that segment. But going through market research, and we actually realized that there are several HNIs who are coming into making residential investments, as well as the global travelers. So you're looking at software professionals who have gone and worked abroad, coming back and wanting to live a very similar quality of lifestyle. So our entire residential brief was then redeveloped to cater to this community.
Moving forward, the strategy would be the same, going for the luxury apartments only, or you are also planning to get into mass housing, mid-segment housing?
Yes, I think we have restructured our business to cater to the premium segment as well as the luxury business. So luxury is where we have always been and where we have always been focused. But we have introduced products like Embassy Springs, which is an integrated township in North Bangalore. We believe that it takes all segments, all price bands to form a city, and within that we are coming out with products which are more tuned to what the market is also looking for, and not necessarily affordable, so to speak, but yes, keeping the right ticket size in mind, keeping the right sizing, right locations would be the kind of strategy that we have for this segment as well.
Is it an afterthought because of the slowdown in the market, or this is a part of the larger strategy to position your brand as a residential segment brand?
Yes, it is important for us to actually straddle all ends, which is the reason why we've restructured it at the business level itself. We have also done other projects, historically if you look at it, we've done luxury projects, we've done mid-segment projects as well, and this, like we said, when you do an integrated township project, we cannot cater to luxury alone. We have launched Embassy Springs way back in 2016, and then as part of that rollout, affordable housing or premium housing was always planned.
And how much would be the percentage of residential component in the entire kitty of Embassy Group?
Okay, so we are presently at about a 70-30%. We have between delivered, ongoing and future potential, we are close to about 24 million square feet. And the way we will position ourselves going forward would be, there will be some more skewing towards residential. So we are at 70-30 now. We will be moving to a 60-40 ratio in the coming years.
Despite of the success of Embassy Group as one of the leading brands, it is still seen as a predominantly Bangalore-based player.
Correct.
Because of heavy concentration of commercial property in Bangalore.
Correct.
Will you carry the same strategy with residential also, or you want to expand to a pan-India footprint?
I believe that real estate is very localized play, and I think the market that you have the maximum strength is where you should hold your main ground. Having said that, we have a residential footprint in Chennai as well, and commercial has recently opened up office spaces in Hyderabad, looking at opportunities, and we will be following that success of commercial space in other markets with residential as well.
Don't you feel that you have a competition within the group, because the other vertical office space is doing so pretty well, that do you feel burden of expectations that residential is not up to that benchmark which commercial property has achieved?
Not necessarily, Ravi. I think we have set different benchmarks. We are working with different targets. So I think at whatever level you're in, finally yes, what determines the success is the growth that you're able to bring to a respective vertical. Each vertical has its own challenges, and I would also believe that it works in a cyclical manner. The success of each vertical is what job creation and the office take up that a commercial office arena actually takes up, actually starts resonating and starts having an effect on the residential outcome as well. So it's cyclical. So I do not think that, I don't feel burdened today that yes, commercial is doing fantastically well. In fact, I'm happy for it.
When you say real estate is a very localized business, is the thought coming because you are realizing that you are sitting over a catchment area of commercial property, office space, and there will be demand of residential houses. So your residential concentration will be in and around your office space.
That is our strategy going forward. We have not necessarily looked at that as a strategy earlier. For example, when we re-entered the space in 2010, we went ahead with Embassy Pristine, which is in the southeast of Bangalore, that has close to 20 to 24 million square feet of operational IT space. Again, there a strategy of 1500 to 1800 square feet units would have worked, but we came in with luxury housing there as well. So unit which was selling there for about 62 lakhs to 1 crore, we entered the market at about 1.5 crores because we felt there was a discerning audience who would be looking for slightly upscale premium housing in that area. Met with fantastic response on that side. We are also focusing on certain micro markets which we believe will add success and value to the group, and one of that is North Bangalore. We have a very strong footprint there. Commercial development is anchored in North Bangalore around Embassy Manyata Business Park, but I think going forward there is a lot of capital appreciation on that side because commercial realty is yet to catch up with the residential social infrastructure which is coming up in that area.
See, one of the reasons Embassy has done so well is commercial property, and there is not that kind of a fierce competition in that segment. But when you think of residential segment, you have all the leading residential players as your competitors. So how do you plan to position your brand? What would be your market differentiator?
Our entire luxury portfolio is built on a very strong, sound system of something called, we call an endless enrichment. It is about providing a lifestyle to the buyer. It's not just about selling the home. What we package is the entire upkeep, maintenance, housekeeping of the home. So even for an NRI who's actually considering to invest back into India, this is a model which works very well because his home is taken care of end to end. A lot of people see value and addition in that because what we see here is that customers today do not want to deal with the nuances of everyday living, finding a maid, who will clean my house, who will stock my fridge. So we are saying that we will ensure that everything is taken care of end to end. And we believe we have found a niche because it's not any developer in Bangalore who's offering this, it's only us currently. And our positioning around luxury and our ultra luxury will be around providing that lifestyle, and which is very critical and core to what we do.
Finally, since you have spent nearly over a decade with Embassy Group and now you are heading the residential division, how would you like to be your brand to be seen in this segment? Do you want your brand to be seen as something which is catering to commercial segment because there is a catchment area, or you have something which you can say that, okay, this is my brand statement?
I think our brand, at the core of what we do at Embassy, is about building relationships and enriching lives, and irrespective of whichever vertical we enter into, that is what actually holds our ground, irrespective of whether we are in commercial, whether we are in warehousing, whether we are in hospitality, or whether we are in residential. The entire ecosystem or the entire philosophy of the company is built around that. And when you interact more and more with us, Ravi, as an investor or as a customer, you will understand how this philosophy has touched every single person at Embassy and who we reach out to as customers.
Thank you, Reeza. It has been wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.